Good morning, dear community, and welcome to the House of Jin Shin. So here we are on day 23 of the House of Jin Shin series, and 23 is all about letting go of fear. I just wanted to mention that somebody asked yesterday if you can sit cross-legged and if that stops the free flow of energy. Or what is the best position, and that is really up to you. It's very important that you're comfortable, and when you are really comfortable, the energy can move and will find its way. So for me, it is very comfortable to sit like this. I don't feel that energy is constricted in any way. So you too, please find your way. Make yourself comfortable. Maybe it's lying down or sitting up or leaning back, or you see me in all these strange positions. So just make sure you're comfortable at all times. Today we're going to do a flow that's all about letting go, which has to do with the exhale in the body, the exhale down the front to the toes, from head to toe down the front. So place your left hand on the right 12, the middle of the neck. And 12 already has to do with letting go, because the meaning is surrendering. Surrendering to letting be whatever is, and that's very much a situation we're in, to surrender. And to trust and to know, knowing in a bigger sense that we're going to be okay. So place your right hand on the 13. 13 areas where the lungs live and the heart. So this helps to open up the heart, allowing for the exhale down the front of the body. So when we exhale and we let go down the front and all the way to the toes, it allows and gives space for the inhale, for the receiving. And this is where the cycle of giving and receiving gets its importance. If we don't exhale completely, we cannot inhale and receive completely. So allow for the exhale. The exhale is also a little bit longer than the inhale. I'm using the palm of my hand right now to hold the 13 area. Of course, within the 13 area there is a bullseye, and right now I'm just covering the whole thing. Each safety energy location has about a 3-inch leeway, or about the size of the palm of your hand. So placing it like this, you're probably covering whole SEL 13. 13 is all about our creative energy, creation, and hopefully by now we are in a more creative state where our creativity can flow outside of us, and maybe we're doing some creative projects at home, creative energy, since we have accepted now where we are, that we are home and we are adjusting. Now place your right hand to the 14 area. Again, you can use your whole hand and see what that feels like. 14 is for equilibrium. It balances our mind and it calms our mind. When we have a lot of active thoughts, the 14s will help to calm them down. Fourteen helps our being in our human body and our human beingness, where 13 connects us to spirit. The waistline tells us about us, who we are as individuals in this world. So if your left hand gets tired, you could also move it around like this. See if that feels comfortable. That's what I mean. It's very important to be comfortable at all times, and feel free to move your hands around or change them. For the self-help, that's totally fine to do. And now move your hand to the 15 for joy, laughter, and happiness. our joy giver. And of course, that is so important, that we keep our joy in this time where there's also a lot of sadness, that we keep our joy giver open so that we can process the sadness. So in that way, of course, it helps the lungs as well, because sadness lives in the cycle of the second depth, and that's related to the lung energy. So the 15s in that way help the lungs. And now place your hand on the high one, on the inside of the knee, allowing for the energy to move down one more time all the way to the toes, where it becomes the inhale and begins to move up the back. So somebody asked me, what if you have a part of a finger that's missing, and I talk about using my fingertips. You can absolutely use the palm of your hand as well, or your whole hand. And even if you don't have hands, which I'm sure is the case for some people, you can use your feet, and or even do distant healing and play with that, because of course the energy is not just limited to our fingertips. It's available to us all in any way. Very nice. So this is the special descending flow. It's in Pamela's textbook, and I also have a descending flow in the Art of Jin Shin, which is very similar to this one. And yesterday we had a lot of interesting responses on the eternal life flow. So as a main center source, I wanted to move through it again. Place your left hand on the middle of the forehead, right at the third eye area, and your right hand at the base of the skull in the center. And slowly move down through the cervicals to T1. Now I'm still on the first step, so I really like you to explore the art and see when you feel ready to move your hand down. Everybody's body is different and harmonizes at a different speed. So move your hand down the cervicals. This little flow is very powerful. Also see if there's a difference between yesterday and today when we do this. Because since we harmonized it yesterday, today you'll probably have a different experience. Maybe you feel more, or maybe you feel a little bit less. Now, the right hand will move through the thoracic vertebrae, which is very hard for me to reach. So I'm going to place it on the front of the thoracic vertebrae, since as it is in the front, so it is in the back. So I'm taking some liberty here on what the flow really is like when you would work on someone else. Moving through the thoracics, I'm just placing my hand right here at the middle of the chest. And then I'm going to pick up the flow again as it is in the textbook. Place your right hand as high as you can get it, which for me is about L1, lumbar 1, which is about opposite to navel. And then slowly at your own timing, move your hand vertebrae by vertebrae down to the coccyx area. So this flow also helps to clear the chest, and it's very, very good and effective for spinal projects. Move down your hand all the way to the coccyx, the tailbone. And notice how it feels different than yesterday. For me it does. It's really a lovely flow. So you can practice this flow instead of a main center source. You can change them around. They all work on different levels. This particular one brings in the light to 7th depth into the body. Very nice. Place your hands together. And Lola's gonna load this up to YouTube, which finally our YouTube channel is really growing, and we've put some other wonderful videos on there. One is with my teacher Philomena Dooley, which was just a wonderful interview to hear her talk and to get to know her a little bit. And we're loading up some other interesting things. So if you have friends that don't have Facebook, you can share the YouTube channel with them. And also, since all the videos are there, if you want to go back, it's an easy way to go back and see which little video is right for you today. So please check it out. And from the House of Jin Shin, I wish you a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Blessings.